Hey y'all, I am back with another video, and in all the excitement of the new Elvis movie that's out that I've seen 4 times, yeah, that's right, 4 times, guys, I wanted to come on and do a review of some of the past Elvis movies that have been made and show some of the inaccuracies in those movies as well, to prove to you all, especially those out there that are still bothered by the inaccuracies in this new movie, that there are inaccuracies in those movies, and we've always enjoyed those through the years. So the first movie I'm going to do today is the 1979 Kurt Russell movie Elvis. It's always been my favorite. I've always loved it. I've always thought that Kurt Russell did the best depiction of Elvis of anybody that I've ever seen up to now, of course. No offense, Kurt, still love ya. But yeah, I've always loved it. It's very nostalgic to me because when I was a kid, when it would come on TV, I would watch it and be so excited. I remember when I was a kid, they would play like on TCM and VH1 and TBS. They would have Elvis marathons, and they don't have those anymore, which is unfortunate. Maybe now that Elvis is getting back out there, they will, because you know, he's getting back out there again. But I just remember during the anniversary of his death and for his birthday, they would have Elvis marathons, and they would always play this movie, and I always loved it, and I was always excited when it came on. So it's very nostalgic to me. There's parts of it that are kind of cheesy. I feel like, you know, Kurt Russell, he kind of over-exaggerates some of Elvis's moves in it a little bit. He goes over the top with it, but for the most part, I think he does a great job in it. For the time that it was, it's very dated, and it's not as well filmed as like movies of today, of course, because we didn't have the technology and the effects that we have today, especially with this new movie, which is amazing. But for what it is, it's a great movie. I love it. It's always going to be one of my favorites, probably my second favorite now, because I love this new one. But I have it on DVD. It just recently came out on DVD a few years back. I'm not really sure when. It was in the 2000s sometime. I don't remember what year it was, but it hasn't been out on DVD very long, but they released it, and I'm glad to have it. But I even have a bootleg of it that I've had for a while. So this is my bootleg. And this is the one that I was talking about that they released on DVD finally. So this is the whole entire movie, and it's so great to have it. I love it. I'm so glad I have it. So, like I said, I'm going to point out some of the inaccuracies in this movie as well. But first I want to watch the trailer. So let's go ahead and watch the trailer together. Okay, guys? So here we go.
He did things to an audience no performer had ever done before. He electrified millions on television, on the Hollywood screen, but most of all, in person.
I'll sing a song for you.
His name was Elvis. He was a legend, an idol, a king. And now, the king lives on in the first motion picture to reveal the whole story of the man whose music moved the world. Elvis, the boy who had a dream, the teenager who wanted to be different.
I think you can be anything you want to be, Elvis.
The son who found happiness in his mother's love.
I think that you're the best son any woman ever had.
The singing sensation who made the girls scream and their men explode. Elvis, the way the world saw him.
Come on, Elvis, give us a break. You and Natalie gonna get married?
The way he really was.
I want to be able to walk around and see things. All the mobs of people, you know, just be free.
So great. In
Just be
this
playing
movie.
little old me instead of the image.
You did, don't you?
Well, since my baby left me,
The way you'll always remember him.
well,
Kurt Russell is Elvis.
Exaggeration.
You think they care what I think? No way!
They're producers. They're
my songs! They got no right!
Shelley Winters is his mother.
I don't know if I can get used to all these changes.
Bing Russell is Vernon Presley.
I want you to be happy, son.
Pat Hingle is Colonel Parker.
You are a phenomenon. You're something, son, that comes along once in a lifetime. Nobody is ever going to forget you.
Susan Hubley is Priscilla. Elvis, the motion picture that reveals the whole story of the man whose music moved the world. Elvis, the king lives on.
Hey guys. So that's the trailer. So, I love Shelley Winters in this movie. I think she does like an amazing job as Gladys. To me, she did like the best job playing Gladys of anybody that I've ever seen. Although I love the lady that plays Gladys in this new movie, even though she's kind of comes off as really angry in it. But I love Shelley Winters' portrayal of Gladys. I've always loved it. She's a very well-known actress in Hollywood. Some cool facts about the movie. The suit that he wears in the end when he's like on stage for like the international scene, I heard that Kurt Russell was actually allowed to pick out an actual suit worn by Elvis, and I think that is I can't even talk. That is Elvis's actual suit that he's wearing in that scene. So if that's true, that's pretty cool. Also, the lady that plays Priscilla, I don't know her name off the top of my head, but I will put it up on the screen. After the movie was shot, I guess during the movie, Kurt Russell and her fell in love and they ended up getting married, and that was his first wife. So it's pretty cool that they played Elvis and Priscilla in the movie and then they ended up getting married in real life. So many of you may not know that. So some of the inaccuracies about the movie. First, the girlfriend, the one that plays his girlfriend when he's in high school, we see her as Bonnie, and as far as I know, there was never a Bonnie in Elvis's life that we know of. Obviously, that's supposed to be Dixie Locke. I guess, you know, they're trying to depict Dixie Locke. So we know that that wasn't very true. Graceland is not the real Graceland. It does not look like the real Graceland. Obviously, it doesn't look anything like Graceland, actually. Obviously, they couldn't use the real Graceland in it, so that's to be expected. The part at the Grand Ole Opry, in the movie, it's depicted as he is just doing an audition, but I believe in real life, Elvis actually performed in front of a live audience at the Opry, and then when he was done and went backstage is when he was told to go back to driving a truck. But in the movie, it's depicted that he's just doing an audition, so we know that's not true. Well, if you're an Elvis fan, you know that's not true. When his mother dies in the movie, even though it's very heart-wrenching and the scenes are very sad still, it shows him at the hospital when she dies, and that actually didn't happen in real life. I think that Elvis actually got a phone call when his mother died, so that didn't really happen in real life. They tend to show the divorce, like the breakup of Elvis and Priscilla, toward the end of the movie, which ends about 1969 when he goes to the International, and they kind of imply that Elvis and Priscilla are breaking up at that time, and they show some scenes that imply that, so we know that that didn't happen at that time. Like Elvis and Priscilla didn't split up until 1972, and they didn't divorce until 73. So we know that didn't happen. And then probably like one of the most unfactual things in the movie, which it's kind of funny and kind of silly, but in a way it's kind of cool the way they do it. But whenever Kurt Russell or Elvis in the movie is talking to his shadow, and he's supposedly talking to Jesse Guerin in it, I really don't think that Elvis ever did that, but I guess they just added that as an extra, like, you know, to make it a little more theatrical in the movie, that he's talking to his shadow, which is supposed to be his twin brother. So yeah, that never happened. But like I said, there are some inaccuracies in this movie, just like in any other movie. No movie is going to be perfect. about Elvis, but we've always still enjoyed this movie. I still love it. It's always going to be my second favorite Elvis movie, probably, because this new one is probably going to be my first. But yeah, I mean, I know there's lots of you out there that love the Kurt Russell movie just like me, and you probably didn't even think about the fact that there were a lot of things in this movie that weren't true to life. But we still enjoy it even though it's not totally true to life. So you have to have an open mind about this new movie and realize that not everything's going to be true to life in this movie either, because it's a movie. But the most important thing, guys, is that this movie is getting Elvis back out there. He's back out there again, and it's so exciting and it's so wonderful. And I hope if you have not gone to see the new movie, you will go see it, because you will not regret it. Just go into it with an open mind, like I've said before, and be entertained by it and enjoy it. And if nothing else, enjoy Austin Butler's portrayal of Elvis, because it is phenomenal. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and do my review of one of my favorite Elvis movies. It's a classic, the Kurt Russell movie. So I'll probably do a few more of these, because there have been lots of movies about Elvis through the years, like, you know, like Elvis and Me and Elvis and the Beauty Queen and the mini series of Elvis. So I'm probably going to do some reviews on those too, and point out some inaccuracies in those too. But I will tell you my thoughts on those movies as well. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later.